Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I had no intention of making this video today. It's actually my day off. I told myself I was going to sleep in, get some extra relaxation. Then I got a notification on my phone that the Star Wars trailer was out. I sat up in bed and filmed my half asleep reaction then and there. So here we are.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. Always be with you. No one's ever really gone.
I'm sorry, is that like an emperor? The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, I think I just started tearing up with the layup bit. So first of all, I am not at Celebration. Are you at Celebration? Probably not. Let's have a moment of silence for all of us Star Wars fans that are not at Star Wars Celebration right now. So let's dive into some of my thoughts and opinions about the first trailer that we have gotten for the new Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker. We actually got the title today too, trailer and title. Big day for us Star Wars fans. So the trailer starts off with Rey's heavy breathing as she is trying to what looks like calm down on a desert planet of some kind. A desert planet, once more. Although it does not look like Jakku. I suppose it could be Tatooine. It kind of could be Tatooine. There were a lot of rumors talking about how this final film would go back to Tatooine because we had so many starting points there. You had Anakin start there, you had Luke start there, so perhaps the Skywalker saga would conclude on Tatooine, but I have no idea if it's Tatooine or not. It could just be a different desert planet. So while Mark Hamill isn't actually shown in this first trailer, I would say that Luke has a big part of it because Mark Hamill has all of the voiceovers throughout this first trailer. The first line he says is, "We've passed on all we know." I think this is definitely leading up to and hinting at like fully passing on the Star Wars legacy into the next generation, the new trio, and so on as we conclude this sequel series. And it also looks as if Rey has fixed the lightsaber and it's in working condition. She also still has her blaster on her hip as well. You get Luke saying 1,000 generations live in you now. So I can't help but wonder if this is just dialogue and voiceover for the trailer, or if this could perhaps be a conversation between Rey and a Force ghost Luke, or a different part of the movie. Is it just for the trailer, or is it actually taken from a scene in the film? And then it says, every generation has a legend. So I think that is most definitely within the Star Wars stories of the different generations of Skywalkers, you could say. But also, Star Wars is a big part of different generations of fans that obviously started in '77 and goes up to the new little kids that are into Star Wars today. So then we do have a ship flying over the top of the sand. It does look very similar to like the fighter that Kylo Ren had been piloting and some of the previous footage that we had seen like for Last Jedi and so on. So this could be Kylo Ren or it could just be someone from the First Order. I'm not sure if it's the exact same fighter, but it does have similar styles, maybe just a little upgraded, you could say. And I've kind of said this in past trailer reviews or thoughts. This could very well be like the climax of the movie where like things are coming together and a big fight's gonna happen, or it could even be the start to the film. Like you start off with Rey here, attacking this ship or getting away from this ship. It could be the climax or the start to the film. This is just the first trailer, so there's so much speculation and thoughts going through all of our minds right now because this is the first time we've seen all this. I am liking Rey's look, kind of gone back to a bit of the Jakku look, but at the same time there's like hints and pieces of like Last Jedi Rey as well. So, you know, she kind of went back to her roots a little bit, but there's still a bit of that character growth in her wardrobe at least. And this poor girl is running across the sand again. I personally hate walking and running across sand, so I can't imagine filming those types of scenes over and over again.
I don't like sand.
But she looks great, and I love the flip over top the ship. And I think we most definitely need the lightsaber to like trail across the top of the ship, crack it open, disable it, whatever you want to say. She's already got the lightsaber going when she flips over the ship. So I really think it should like hit the top or like the side, the wing, something to that effect, since she's like doing this awesome flip over top of it. And then we are kind of flying over some rock formations and a lot of fog. So it's a little dark and foggy, so it's hard to tell if this is a location or a planet that we have seen before. It did remind me of the planet that Jyn Erso's dad was on in Rogue One. I'm not saying it's the same spot, but it just did have that similar feel to it. But, you know, it's little to go on. And then we have like some red smoky shots with Kylo Ren. And I am all about the visually pleasing shots in movies, not just Star Wars movies, but movies in general. And these little clips in this trailer I think were the most like visually pleasing. I thought that they looked fantastic with the dark red at the top, and then it kind of fades down into the smoky, fiery ground around the stormtroopers in the background, Kylo Ren's black figure, and he is kind of like punching and hitting someone with his lightsaber in tow. So you have those black figures with his bright red lightsaber as well. It just looked like a very visually pleasing shot. But that isn't really that surprising to me because I feel like there was a lot of those, for lack of better words, pretty shots in Force Awakens with some of J.J. Abrams' works, and he is back on this movie. So I'm expecting to see some more different, you know, film shots that I'm a fan of. And someone is fixing the Kylo Ren helmet. Looks like we're like welding the pieces back together. I'm not entirely sure how we have the pieces to that helmet still, but we are putting it back together. Guess he's going back to his grandpapa's roots, I guess. It's going to have a lot of marks on it from where it was smashed, so they are changing up the helmet look a little bit if they are going to have Adam Driver put it back on. The first shot of Poe and Finn, they look great, and it also kind of looks like Finn has his own bow staff, or maybe he stole Rey's. We see BB-8 and a little droid beside him that kind of looks like one of those handheld vacuum cleaners to me. We have the Falcon back with Chewie and Lando Calrissian. I am really happy to see Billy Dee Williams back in this movie, wearing like the exact same outfit that Donald Glover wore in the Solo movie. Like, they're wearing the same thing. But I'm really excited that he's back in this series. I kind of wish that they would have brought him back earlier, but I don't know where he would have fit, except maybe on Canto Bight. But it is great to see him, although he looks pretty happy for, you know, a bunch of people that he knew died while he was off and away. But, you know, he's flying the Falcon again, so I guess it's a win situation for him. Should we take bets on if the dish makes it through this movie with Lando piloting? And it says, the saga comes to an end. I feel like Force Awakens just came out, and now, like, the sequel series is gonna be over. Of course, it's not gonna be the end of Star Wars, but, like, the Skywalker saga, they're concluding it, and that's gonna be crazy. There are some explosions on that desert planet. It looks to be the same planet from those first shots with Rey. And then we see Poe, Finn, and 3PO on something that looks like two things to me. It kind of looks like a pirate ship, and it kind of looks like the transport that was beside Jabba's sail barge in Return of the Jedi. I don't know why, but it kind of has that look. Maybe it's because it's surrounded by sand. I have no idea, but I thought pirate ship and the transport besides the sail barge. They do show a ship crashing as well, but I don't believe it's that same one that Poe and Finn were on. It's like one of those trailer edits where it's a different ship because it looks like a completely different situation in that point. And then they show like this gold thing that I kind of think Leia's holding, but I'm not sure. Wait a second. I think it just kind of hit me. Is that one of the Yavin medals? I didn't even think about that when I was watching the trailer, but now that I think about that scene, is Leia or someone holding one of the medals from New Hope? From the end of New Hope? Oh shit, I didn't think about that. And then they had to do it to my soul. They had to show Leia and or Carrie, and it broke my heart into a million pieces, but at the same time made me so happy to see her in the trailer. And whatever they're doing, it's very quick clips, but just from this first little teaser, it looks good. So whatever they're doing with the footage they had left of Carrie Fisher, hopefully it can successfully be added into this film to where Leia has some sort of part. So my heart like broke, but it burst at the same time. And then of course her and Rey are hugging, and Rey is actually crying in that scene. Me too, girl. Like, same, because I feel like I'm gonna be a blubbering baby during all of Leia's parts in this movie. So I'm gonna have to hide in the back of the theater, wear a sweatshirt, and get my tears. And then we do have a group shot. So it's Chewie, 3PO, BB-8, the new droid, Rey, Finn, and Poe. Which I will say, it would be nice if the new trio, Rey, Finn, and Poe, were together more in this movie, because for the last two movies, like, pretty much they've all been separated at different points. So since this is like the final film, it would be nice to see more scenes of all three of them together, maybe going on the same mission instead of separate missions. And they are kind of overlooking their next destination, I guess you could say. It's clearly by ocean or by some form of water. So the first time I watched the trailer, I thought that this was just like some rocks or a mountain surrounded by the water. But upon watching it further, I've watched it like 10 times now. Is it part of the Death Star? Like, is it a piece of like the blown up Death Star that is like half submerged? Is that what they're looking at? Like, at first I was so sure that it was just rocks that they were looking at. But now, like, rewatching the trailer, like, am I seeing a half blown up Death Star? Is that what I'm seeing? And then we get Luke's line again of, "No one is ever really gone." And I'm all like, oh, that's so sweet. They're talking about the trio, right? Because we're passing it on to the next generation. They're talking about Han and Luke and Leia, right? Nope, we're not talking about them. A Palpatine laugh. That's a Palpatine laugh. That's an Emperor laugh. What the heck? I think my reaction during watching the trailer the first time, like, sums it up. So then the question starts, do we get like a forced ghost Palpatine? To say that he never died would kind of screw up the whole Vader destiny thing from Return of the Jedi, so I don't know if I like that, but the idea of him maybe just looming in the dark side of the Force could be really interesting, and I'm not against seeing Ian McDiarmid again. I think that would be really awesome, and I guess he came out on stage after this trailer premiered at Celebration, and the fans went nuts. I know I would have went nuts. I freaked out when his laugh happened in the trailer. I was not expecting Palpatine whatsoever. And then we have the name, finally. The Rise of Skywalker. So every time one of these names comes out, I think it sounds kind of weird. Like, I was the same way with Force Awakens. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but now I'm totally used to it. Same with Last Jedi. I was like, oh, it's too close to Return of the Jedi, but now I'm used to it. But now this is The Rise of Skywalker. We are running out of Skywalkers to rise. So I have questions. Are we talking about Ben? Leia? A Force ghost Luke? Are we going to get reference to Anakin and or Vader in this with the Rise of Skywalker? A lot of people are like, oh, Rey's a Skywalker now, because that's been the thought since day one. There have been so many rumors about Hayden Christensen, like, being in part of this sequel series, but who knows if there's any truth to that. But it's the Rise of Skywalker. We talking about grandkids, kids, or Anakin Skywalker? Mark Hamill actually tweeted this today. Is that Skywalker Kylo, Leia, Anakin, Luke, a previously unknown Skywalker, is Rey a Skywalker? Hashtag cool title. When it comes to the name, like, I always picture, like, the future of, like, asking someone if they want to watch that with me, you know, like, oh, you want to watch New Hope? You want to watch Empire? You want to watch, I used to say Jedi, but now I have to say Return of the Jedi, you know, you want to watch, I don't watch Phantom Menace, you want to watch Attack of the Clones or Sith? So it's, you know, and so on and so on. It's, when the title first comes out, it's really weird, and then I get used to it, but The Rise of Skywalker, I'm not used to it, but it just came out a couple hours ago, so I think that's natural. So my closing thoughts on this trailer, it does look really good. I have constantly been pretty nervous for this movie for a couple different reasons. All of the script and movie changes that they had to make because certain people can no longer be in the film. That would impact a movie a lot. And while I do not hate Last Jedi as much as some people do, there were pros and cons to it, and it's going to be very interesting to see what parts they take from Last Jedi and bring to this movie. If they change anything, they fix anything, what exactly J.J. Abrams is going to do to conclude this sequel series. He started it, and now he's ending it. I've just been nervous about this, but this first trailer has given me a bit of hope. I'm pretty excited for it. I think it looks really good. And of course, this is the last Skywalker movie, so please be good. If I'm not mistaken, through part of this trailer, they were also playing Princess Leia's theme. I'm kind of a score junkie, so I kind of hear these things, and that ripped my heart to bits as well. I'm not gonna do good with this movie, guys. But what else? I think all the characters looked really good. Lots of the shots looked very visually pleasing, as I say, so I am very excited for this. I think the only real character that I was debating if we would see or not was R2, and we didn't really see him in this, but it is the first trailer, Cassie. Calm down. Calm down. The tweets about this trailer have been pretty comical today. Like, there's been a bunch of people being like, oh, confirmation! Rey is totally a Palpatine now. And some people are saying that the Rise of Skywalker means that Anakin's gonna come back and beat the shit out of his grandson, because he's like, did you learn nothing from me? There have been a lot of funny and really interesting fan theories with this first trailer release. We still have all the way till December. We're gonna get more trailers and more information. But as for this first trailer, it did get me excited for this new movie. I think it looks really good, and of course I'm going to see it. I hope you guys enjoyed my first reaction to this trailer and kind of my breakdown thought process of what I exactly thought of this trailer. I would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.